Hey everyone, best picture ever, yeah? He's like, at this kitty. Anyways, so, I just wanted to mention something. I figured out what I'm doing for my special sub is going to be a double feature. Something I thought of myself and something that I'm going to do with, the Killer Nacho, since a lot of you requested me to do something interesting with the Killer Nacho, and my other battle will be with PK Sparks. Something else I'd like to mention, I'm going to be wearing a hat and showing myself on my sub special, and I have pictures of the 3 hats that you guys can pick, and here they are. Hat number 1 is a mushroom hat that I got at an anime convention, or just like a huge gathering called MegaCon earlier this year in March. It's it's really cool. So that's his hat number 1, and this is hat number 2. I went to Epcot about not even a month ago, and in the China area, they had this hat, and I'm like, I must have it. So I got it. And this is my cowboy hat. Yep. Well, it's not really a cowboy hat. I always looked good in a cowboy hat, so my mom said get me one, and this is the last hat, number 3. And now I have a battle with you. It's a monocolored mixed battle with Greene1516. We were supposed to do this in a tournament, but the tournament got deleted because no one was active in doing it. But we ended up just battling anyway. So I picked brown, and he picked green, and which is kind of funny because that's like his name, or Greenie. I don't know. Anyway, it looks like green to me. So yeah. Anyways, I ended up just going straight for his psychic. He missed with hypnosis, which in the end, it would have just been more of a bother than anything else, but, so yeah. And then quick KO, and he used the Protect to get the speed boost. I'm like, blah. So I go into Dragonite to take the Air Slash, Bug Buzz, or, Psychic, whatever he was gonna do. And I should have just, Dragon Danced here, but I didn't. Yeah. So, he went for a Psychic, and I just decided to go for a Dragon Claw to, like, finish it off, and I do. So, now I can take a Life Orb damage, a ridiculous amount of Life Orb damage. I'm like, dang it. So, I didn't know what to expect. I just stayed in, pretty much let my Dragonite die, and it was like Dragon Pulse. So I'm staring at it like, what? But I went to my Heatran, and I'm thinking, okay, this thing is like Scarfed or Specs, maybe? I don't know. But I went for Dragon Pulse anyway, not to overpredict, and he goes into Nacho, and man, I don't even know what to say to that. But, I mean, oh well. I go to my Floatzel, he Mudshots me, and for a minute I was just like, wait, doesn't Mudshot lower your accuracy? No, it lowers my speed. Okay. So, I go for a return because Floatzel loves me, and this is, yeah, one of my new Pokemon that I don't know, just seemed really cool, and his mouth was like, so, yeah, so Floatzel looks like he's constantly yelling at his enemies, like, blah, 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 blah. And it just reminded me of the time when in what's that movie? Inglorious Bastards. You're like 99999. Anyways, whatever. I'm done. So I hit that thing with a turn. That does like a lot more than I expect. And I go into Pinsir in case he decides to do a Leech Seed or even Earthquake. Or I was just hoping that this thing didn't have Stone Edge. But I go into Pinsir and he takes a while to decide what he wanted to do here, but I just X-Scissor. I remember I went to the bathroom because he took so long, and I come back and I'm like, where'd Torterra go? And then I'm like, oh yeah, he stayed in and did switch, but whatever. So I go into Heatran, and he just went for an Aerialist. I'm like, sure, that's not gonna kill me, and I thought he would switch, but he didn't. He stayed in, and I'm like, well, at least this will do a pretty big, chunk, and he breaks. I'm like, please don't kill, 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 please don't kill. Yeah, whew. So, I go for another Dragon Pulse, and that's gonna KO the Scyther. So I'm thinking he's probably gonna go back into his Politoed, and he does. And I go into Pinsir, to take whatever. He just goes for another Mudshot. I thought he was like maybe in a Toxic or something. And this part is just kind of stally. Like, he protects to get some lefties, and I'm, see what I'm gonna lock myself into, X-Scissor, why not? And I finally do hit it, and that doesn't do as much as I would have hoped, but he gets the Toxic off on Pinsir, and he's going to protect, Yeah, he's gonna protect. I'm gonna miss with X Scissor, obviously. But no, Pinsir's gonna break it. He's gonna like, Whoa! With X Scissor, and Plaza's gonna like, Bally done, and die. Well, whatever. I don't know. I X Scissor this thing, and it's not, it doesn't quite die, but, Pinsir's gonna go down to the poison, and that's sad. Anyways, so, I go into my Heatran, and Heatran's like, Heatran. And I just lock myself into Dragon Pulse, and he tries to go for the other Protect to get more lefties, and so that I probably wouldn't, KO him, but he failed, it failed, and I went for Dragon Pulse, and it goes down. So there's one Pokemon I haven't seen of his, and that's a Sceptile. I'm like, dang it. I had to sacrifice a Pokemon to keep my Heatran alive, and I go into Hitmonlee, and he uses Earthquake, and I'm like, thank you, Evan. I guess he knew that it would be devastating to any of my Pokemon that I brought out. But Hitmonlee lived and I sucker punched him. Doesn't quite KO, but this Earthquake will take me down. And now I'm going to go into my Houdini, or if, I don't know, if my Houdini was asleep, I would have gone into Heatran, and yeah. And depending on what the Flygon was, I don't know. I had Aqua Jet on my Floatzel, so I don't think it really mattered if my Alakazam was asleep, but if it did, then that Hypnosis really screwed everything up. But yeah, that's the game. So make sure you leave a comment about which hat you want me to wear in my 2000 sub special, and that special should be up later tomorrow. So look for that. Bye.